then, I'm going to do a short-ish video on my top 3 supplements that's going to help you grow lean muscle mass. So for us to be able to grow lean muscle mass, that is also being able to lose body fat, we require a well-functioning metabolism alongside optimally functioning CNS system and digestive system. So all of those things need to work well. And if you're not metabolizing food well and creating energy well, then you're not going to be able to recover and train well to be able to grow the muscle. So my top 3 supplements are kind of geared towards that. I think we can all kind of agree that we need protein to grow muscle mass and recover, but also proteins are very important for metabolic processes that happen within the body. So that is energy required for cells, and then all of the other processes that may happen in the body that help us create energy and recover and repair. So it's important that, yes, we do have protein in the diet and a good amount. So I'm not really going to like say, okay, cool, number 1 supplement is protein. Simply because with most clients and most people, it's probably best, or it is best, that you get most of your protein requirement from whole foods, so less more so from supplements. The only time I myself or I would advise someone take a protein supplement is if you haven't got time to eat or you're falling a bit short with your food. Obviously, for people who may be vegetarians or vegans, then supplementation with protein supplement is going to be more required for that person. But if you're an omnivore like myself and you eat animal protein and you eat vegetables and all the other stuff as well, you should really try and get all of your protein source from whole foods and animal protein if you can. Animal protein is superior. Okay, so the first supplement I'm going to advise is magnesium citrate. Magnesium is the 4th most abundant mineral in the body, and it is involved in a lot of processes. Magnesium citrate is very gentle on the stomach, so it's also easily absorbed into the bloodstream through the digestive system as well. So magnesium is an important mineral for anti-stress. It helps to stabilize the nervous system, decrease insulin resistance, and stabilize blood sugar levels, which also helps with decreasing cortisol in the bloodstream. Like magnesium is in fact involved in more than 600 reactions in your body, including energy creation, so it helps convert food into energy. Protein formation helps create new proteins from amino acids. Gene maintenance, so it helps create and repair DNA and RNA. DNA creates RNA, by the way, and muscle movements is part of the contraction relaxation of muscles as well. It also helps with nervous system regulation. Obviously helps to regulate neurotransmitters which send messages throughout your brain and nervous system. And obviously from this article here, it shows that about 50% of people in the US and Europe get less than the recommended daily amount of magnesium. That number is probably quite low, because if you're going by RDA is just enough to fight off disease. If we're going with an optimal dose, it's probably, you'll find that it's about 70% of people who are undershooting on that optimal dose. It can be found in many foods, but we can fall short of the optimal dosage, which is quite a high dose. So if you train hard and you want to recover really well, then getting a high dose of magnesium is paramount. So due to its key role in the nervous system stabilization and its involvement in several hundred other chemical reactions in the body, and it literally helps every cell to improve their function. So again, that will kick on and help you improve sleep and lower cortisol levels as well. And as we can see here, magnesium also plays a role in exercise performance. So this is probably the most important part of this video. During exercise, you may need 10 to 20% more magnesium than when you're resting, depending on the activity. If you're lifting heavy and doing stuff like bodybuilding or weight training or powerlifting, Olympic weightlifting, then you're going to need quite a lot of magnesium to help repair, but also recover, and also help manage your nervous system as well, because we want to be able to switch from gear 1 to gear 5, and magnesium is very involved in that process. Magnesium helps move blood sugar into your muscles and dispose of lactate, which can build up during exercise and cause fatigue. Studies have shown that supplementing with it can boost exercise performance for athletes, the elderly, and people with chronic diseases as well. In one study here, volleyball players who took 250 milligrams of magnesium per day experienced improvements in jumping and arm movements. In another study, athletes who supplemented with magnesium for 4 weeks had faster running, cycling, and swimming times during a triathlon. They also experienced reductions in insulin and stress hormone levels. So, as you can see, magnesium is a very important mineral. So obviously this is why we want to try and supplement it. You're not going to be able to get the optimal dose from food, unfortunately. It's quite difficult. Obviously it is evident, it's in a lot of food like meats and fish and eggs and some vegetables, but for you to be getting like 400 milligram doses 2 or 3 times a day, depending on the person and activity, it's going to be very hard. So this is why we supplement it, and this is why I recommend it highly in my top 3. Okay, so supplement number 2 is B complex. B complex being it has more than one B vitamin in it. So in this one here we have B1, B2, B6, B12, folic acid, niacin, biotin, and pantothenic acid. So all high doses, at least 100%, 2000%, 350%. So it's really good product as well. Again, B vitamins are also known as anti-stress mineral or vitamin, and it plays a vital role in maintaining good health and well-being. B vitamins are a building block of everything in your body. Basically, they're very abundant in how we function as human beings. They literally have a direct impact on your energy production, brain function, and metabolism. B vitamins also help metabolize food from energy, but they're also involved in a lot of metabolic processes that convert the nutrients you eat or ingest into energy production. B complex, they also help prevent infections, helps promote cell health and growth of red blood cells as well. Obviously, red blood cells feed muscle, so the more of those you have floating around your bloodstream, the more muscle mass you can grow. It's also obviously involved in energy levels that we said already. Good eyesight, healthy brain function, good digestion, healthy appetite, nerve system function, hormone production, correct cholesterol production and reduction, and cardiovascular health as well. It also helps with developing muscle tone, so it's a very important vitamin. Of all the B vitamins, B6 is a catalyst or a cofactor for serotonin metabolism. So serotonin is your kind of happy hormone, makes you feel content, and it helps to modulate mood as well, being in a better mood, which is needed for, so you need serotonin to produce melatonin. So obviously melatonin is secreted when the sun goes down and the body's getting ready to go sleep. So obviously if your melatonin production is not very good, you're not going to sleep well, which means you're not going to recover well, which means you're not going to grow muscle and burn fat very effectively. B vitamins cannot be stored in the body, so we have to always be ingesting it and getting a good supply of it and getting it replenished through diet. Again, you can get B vitamins through a healthy or varied diet, but again, the doses might not be enough. So if we can supplement it, we can always make sure we're getting every B vitamin we need and getting a high dose of it as well. So kind of just plug in that hole, and obviously we can still continue to eat. So obviously just looking at the B vitamins in a little bit more detail. B12 obviously helps your body produce red blood cells, which are responsible for delivering oxygen to the muscles. This action makes the B12 a key player in muscle growth. You can find this one in most of the foods you eat, like fish, dairy, poultry. Of course, if you're vegan and vegetarian, you're higher risk of this deficiency, so this is another reason why B complex is so high in my recommendations for supplementation. So also make sure you're eating plenty of plant, and if you can, milks, soy, and then some cereals. This is also if you're a vegan vegetarian. Additionally, you'll want to consider taking obviously B12 as well, but if you take the B complex, like I said, you're covering all of the B vitamins. So B3, also called niacin, supports muscle growth and gives you better pumps. So that's why you may see bodybuilders using this supplement, niacin, as well, before photo shoots, etc. It also promotes the metabolism of glucose, increases good cholesterol while limiting your bad cholesterol, and support healthy hormone production. You can get this food easily as it's found in bananas, eggs, seeds, meats and fish, but like I said, you may not get all of what you need, so supplementing it kind of plugs that hole. B6, okay, cool. The B vitamin family are obviously power players when it comes to bodybuilding and muscle repair. You'll want to get enough of these vitamins as it can promote red blood cell production and healthy levels of nitric oxide, which is produced naturally in the body and can support performance and endurance. To get this into your diet, you'll want to add fish, especially fatty fish, albacore, tuna, and salmon, chickpeas and bananas. So yes, there's many ways we can try to get B vitamins into the diet, but if we supplement it, making sure we're getting the optimal dose, you're really covered. Alright, last one. So this is the one I use. You can get this product from different companies, but this one I use is a good company. So Super Strength Omegas 3, 6 and 9. Each capsule here has 1200 milligrams. For anyone who is training very heavily, weight training, depending on the size of your body as well, you probably want to aim for about 4000 milligrams all the way up to 6 and maybe more if you're a bigger human being. So Super Strength Omegas, which will include, obviously like we said, omega 3, 6 and 9. Normally with fish oil you only get one of those omegas. Yes, these are great for your brain health, but it'll be very useful for easing your recovery. Omega 3s can play many roles during they can play many roles during and after your workout as well. Also, training hard can damage muscles and joints, and that is part of training. You're literally creating damage to muscles to make them grow bigger. And if you're not taking the appropriate nutrients or precautions with your diet and getting the right nutrients as well, omegas can help repair that damage and which occurs during exercise. Okay, so the EPAs and DHAs in omegas, I'm not going to go into what those stands for, I can't remember right now, but they can help offset increased free radical damage often generated during strenuous exercise. So literally when you create energy, there is a byproduct and that is a free radical. Your body has to literally get rid of that waste. So obviously the omegas can help buffer that as well. And obviously that happens during strenuous exercises. They can cause inflammation and that takes away from muscle growth and joint repair and ligament repair. So at the same time they can help keep the arteries clear of these toxins and keeping blood flowing effectively, which is also going to help you repair muscle faster and grow it faster. A closer look on how omegas influence muscle growth, especially number 3, most notable for all. Anyone wanting to gain lean muscle mass is the fact that omega-3 fatty acids have been found to increase the rate of muscle synthesis in people of all ages. As an example, older strength trainers may have unwelcome personal experience of sarcopenia, also known as anabolic resistance. As the years progress, the body synthesizes protein less efficiently and you start to actually lose muscle mass. Or in some people not gain it as fast as you were when you were younger. Omega-3 helps with this. One study found that omega-3 fatty acids stimulated muscle protein synthesis in old adults, bringing about greater increases in muscle. Obviously omega-3, the research concluded they may be useful for the prevention and treatment of sarcopenia. The benefits of omega-3 in synthesizing protein are not confined to older people. In a study of healthy young middle-aged adults, omega-3 was found to have a similar anabolic effect. After supplementing with omega-3 for 8 weeks, significantly, with no change to their usual diet and activity levels, the participants' muscle protein concentration and muscle cell size were larger. So guys, those are my top 3. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you feel like this would be useful for others, please share, comment, like, etc. And if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below. Also, I'm now giving you 3 wide-ranging supplements there. In terms of how much you take, it totally depends on you as a person, how old you are, how much you train, the size of your body, etc., male or female. So if you want any advice on that, just shoot me a message in the comments and I'll give you some sort of advice if I can. But usually, especially with the B complex, you can kind of just follow what it says on the packaging as well. Magnesium's a little bit more difficult to gauge, as well as the omegas. That those factors may depend on each person. Alright, anyway guys, peace.